All right, last lesson for this week, ending on April 24th, I believe. So this is lesson 15. This is reading a clock. To start off, I would say, again, under the projector so they could all see. Class, do you see what I have here? And I would show my watch, and by now I already know many of the kids have asked me about it or tried to read it. Yeah, do any of you know how to tell time on a clock like this, on a watch? No? Oh, yeah, it's an analog watch, isn't it? I bring that up because I know one child in particular has a digital watch, and he always says, I have a digital watch, but yours is analog, and I don't know how to read analog. And I would say, today we're going to learn how to read an analog watch just like this. And by the time we leave, you'll all understand it a little bit better. And we're going to work on it all year. We'll just have it on the clock on the wall. We're all going to learn how to tell the time by looking at that clock, okay? All right, so soon you're not going to need my watch. You'll be able to look up there yourself, and you won't even need me. All right, so here is what we're going to use to learn. I got this from a teacher who had retired recently, and I was able to snag a few things. Yeah, so do you all see this? And once again, this would be under a projector so that they all see it very clearly on the carpet or wherever it is that they're sitting. Yeah, there's a lot of different parts of this clock, isn't there? To start off, let's just look at the different parts. We can all see some numbers, right? And yeah, let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Three's kind of hidden, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's right, it goes all the way around to 12. Do you know what happens after 12? Some kids will say 13, and I'll say, that's right, 13 comes after 12, but on a clock, it just goes up to 12, and then it starts over. There's no 13 o'clock. Isn't that funny? It goes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, back to 1 o'clock. Have you ever heard of this before? AM or PM? Have you ever heard of that? And I'm sure they would say, yeah. And I'd say, what time does school start? 8 a.m. That's right. AM means in the morning, and PM means at night. Have you ever noticed that maybe you start school at 8 a.m., but you might go to bed or start getting ready for bed at 8 p.m.? That's what that means. AM is in the morning and PM is at night. Yeah, so can you see what these two hands are? See how one is bigger than the other? Yeah, the little one is called the hour hand, and the big one is called the minute hand. Yeah, so one tells you what hour it is, the little hour hand, and the other one tells you what minute it is. Yeah, and there's a lot of different minutes on this. There's actually 60 minutes. It goes all the way up to 60. And don't worry, we're not going to have to count to 60 or anything like that, but here's how it works. Are you ready? So let's say it's 1 o'clock. Can you see down here it says 1 o'clock? 1 hour 1 o'clock and no minutes. I can even hide them if I wanted to try to make it a secret. So to start off, we're just going to look at the hour. That's all we're going to look at. So the hour hand is going to the 1. So what time is it? 1 o'clock. That's right, it's 1 o'clock. What about, are you ready? Oh yeah. What about now? What time is it? And they'd probably say 2 o'clock. 2, what time is the hour? What number is the hour pointing to? And I'd show that they were right. And then I'm actually running out of time, so I'll speed this up for your sake. Obviously, this would be quite a long lesson. I could go into a lot of detail about everything this has to offer. And I would even say, I'm going to put this in our toy area when we do our center so that you can play with it while you're over there too, okay? And then, again, we're running out of time, so I'll speed along. But one other thing I would do is I would take these and cut them out. I'll show you a quick example here. Obviously, I would do it much smoother than this and probably on big, thick construction paper. But I would cut them out like that. and I would go over to our clock on the wall, and I would tape these on the wall by each minute so they can see them from everywhere. And then we're running out of time. But then as we go throughout the day and stuff, I would even say things like, oh, we're all starting school. What time is it? And then we'd look at the clock and, oh, it's time for recess in just a few minutes. What time is it, everybody? And we kind of look at it as a group many times throughout the year. Many, many times. Maybe I won't teach them what time they go home. That way they're not always looking up there. That's the last lesson for this week. I'll have more for you next week. Thank you very much.